Hey everybody, what's going on? Um, hey, what's up, Tingle Biddies? No, that's the thing. It's not necessarily sweating myself here. We're just basically sweating the lobbies to get an idea of who's winning. Maybe we've heard of some people. Try to take a look and see what's winning and what's losing, what type of lineups are kind of needed to deal with the slate. Yeah, if we have a sweat, that would obviously be nice too. But just kind of like to take a look at the lobbies and kind of see what's going on. So let's go ahead and do that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do um, a live lineup build for the PGA tournament for tomorrow. I thought about what I wanted to do, and I am going to execute, I believe, the strategy I talked about this morning. But let's first take a look at the relevant lobbies here. And this is the big buy-in in the NBA. This is the 888. I guess we'll just first start to look at my lineup, which, I mean, in fairness, has a ways to go, but it's pretty dead. What we did two things in the early games. One was pretty sharp, and it could have really smashed. We had Andrew Wiggins at 0.3% ownership. And this 41 fantasy points actually got there in the first three quarters. He could have actually smashed a little later if he stayed in the game. But the real disaster was Nick Richards. 15 fantasy points basically destroyed the whole lineup. So we had to do some funny stuff in the later game because of that. We instead of playing the best play, which was Osar Thompson, I knew that we had like a lot of ground to make up, so I had to fade that. And so I tossed him out, and I played some other guys. I played Sabonis. Killian Hayes came out only 8% owned. That was a little surprising. So he could do something. Then I have Sasser, and then I have Fox and Sabonis. I mean, I really need this game to basically go to overtime. And Kawhi, 7% owned, but he's not really doing anything. So this is a train wreck, to say the least. But it all started with the Nick Richards. I mean, we talked about that in the 6 o'clock hour, whether I should just basically fade that whole Charlotte game. But the Nick Richards play just projected too well, and basically was not competitive right from the beginning. I will say that it looks as though, I was about to say Chet Abisk is killing it, but I didn't see this. This Osar Thompson, he got hurt. Wow, that's a shame for him. He was well on his way to a big game at 60% ownership. So that helps my lineup actually somewhat. This sucks. Jalen Johnson smashed. I can't believe he went off 2%. I was between him and somebody else in my big buy-in earlier. Crap. No, I didn't yet. All-Star. I'm going to do it a little bit. And I got off it. I can't believe this went off 2%. That's really bad on me. I just presumed that with DeJounte Murray out that all these guys have been owned, but I guess they just forgot to play this guy. I don't know. Malik Monk having a strong game, to say the least. So he's going to do very well. Oh, you have the Jalen Johnson? Really good. So it's kind of hard to say who's winning this because Chet Abisk, I would normally say, is killing it, but this Osar Thompson, he's out, I guess, for the rest of the game, right? I'm just presuming with the Q tag. But he's got another one kind of lined up here, this 56 PMR. This is Osar Thompson also. Whistles go who has no Osar Thompson. He's got the Malik Monk, so he's in pretty good shape. What about the Hishbu? He's got Monk and Sasser. That's not going to be good enough. This one's got Herder and Sasser. I guess that has a shot. So it really is pretty much, I mean, I keep saying this, it's too early, but looks like it's Whistles to lose here, because he's got Malik Monk. He's got enough of a lead. Well, It's not true. So Sasser. No, Sasser's got Sasser. This one's in the lead because Sasser's definitely going to get 6 points, right? And he's got Malik Monk too. So Sasser is basically free rolling everybody once he gets 6 points, which he will certainly get. We'll take a better look at halftime. Thompson done. Thompson done. Herder. But this one doesn't have Malik Monk, so that's probably no good. Just Sasser, just Thompson, just Thompson. Sasser and Thompson. We got to find some Sabonis or something like that to be competitive here. Ooh, look who I was a collapse, but Wembanyama, he was on the way to having a big game, and he either got taken out, or I don't know what happened. He just kind of faded away. Ishbu here, Herder, Sasser, that's no good. I mean, it's good, but he's too far behind. And this one is at least different. This one has Harrison Barnes, but too far away. Duran and Thompson. So the Thompson ones are no good. Let's keep looking. Anybody here in contention? Well, I mean, we could reverse search PMR this way. Hey, look at Sheets. Sheets with 163 PMR, but he's got other issues. He's got Kawhi who can't make a shot, as you're kind of alluding to. You never know. Or you can get it going. And I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in that Sacramento, including both Fox and Sabonis. So, God forbid this gets a couple of overtimes. Hey, you never know. 161 PMRs can add up, and Kawhi could get it going. You never know. If he finishes this half with maybe 20, then it'll be, he's competitive. But I'm with you, Jolly. Kawhi is killing me as well. Let's take a look at the fadeaway. Big lottery tournament over there. Let's see. Fadeaway. Again, it's going to be kind of tough to say, but this guy's got 335. There's no way that's going to be good enough. But look at this. All these Thompson lineups are dead. Look at Thompson. Norm Powell with 12. Okay, that's in the game. Osar Thompson dead. Burks 12 off the lead. He's right on pace, so that's live. Thompson dead. Lyles the big 14 points. It's not going to be easy for him to duplicate that in the second half, but another Osar Thompson. So these 27s are dead pretty much. Let's take a look at these 53-minute ones. Like Thompson again. So Burks has got to get like 20 or so. It's no good. This Thompson injury is killing people. There's Herder over here. Okay. So it looks like there's a minute 40 to go in the first half. I'll give a little play-by-play to get to the end of that, and then we'll pull up FanDuel, and we'll see how I'm doing there. I think I have a chance I can cash in one of my 150s. They all had freaking Nick Richards, so it's a nightmare. And this one's got Osar Thompson. I mean, this is a train wreck. And they have Alec Burks. That's about it. Oh, and Keegan Murray. Got to come up with 21 fantasy points. It's not good. The kick save, I could do some business if get a couple of things going on here. We'll get back to that in a minute. So Duran, is it Duran? No, whoever zero is. That's Duran. He's made a free throw. 59-58. Minute 40. It's amazing, right? I talk about this in the NBA all the time. Detroit they sat all their players, and they're terrible anyway. And yet it's a 1-point game going to halftime. It's amazing, right? Terrible attempt at a Euro. There's Duran again. Killing it. Killing people. 61-60 Detroit, minutes ago. We'll do the golf next. Sabonis misses. Looks like Sasser with that. Sasser just, good pass. Swings it around for 3 and 1. No, just for 3. Looks like Burks. Burks with the rebound. 64-60 Detroit in Sacramento. On an 11-2 run with 3 minutes in the last 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Here comes Durant, kicks it off to, looks like Muscala with a 3. Bang! Let's go. 67-60. This is obviously very good if you have Sacramento guys, because there's the blowout risk that you're worried about doesn't exist anymore. 15 seconds to go before they get yelled at. 10, 9, over to Monk, crossing over, step back 3, bang. 67-63, 5 seconds to go. Looks like Sasser's bringing it up. Passes it to some lefty who drains a 3. Who is that? That's number 7. Oh, is that Hayes? Yep, Killian Hayes with a 3 at the buzzer. Wow. Let's look at some of these scores. Did they count that? Dude, meanwhile, Killian Hayes, 3,700 and starting at 8% ownership, has a crisp 20 fantasy points. I like them apples. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on? Sheets, who do I think is winning the Super Bowl? I don't know. I guess San Francisco. How's that for some confidence? So I don't know. Maybe this has a shot. You know, it's amazing that the weak link here is the Kawhi Leonard, right? Got Killian Hayes at 20 fantasy points at 8% ownership. Got Burks doing well. We got Sasser doing well. 3,600. He's got 17. The studs, Fox, Kawhi, and Sabonis need to get motoring. Yeah, so Michael Jensen, aka Brave Jayhawk here. I'm gonna get psyched for the NCAA tournament survivor pool. That is a mind F of its own special universe. I actually went to 2 college basketball games in back-to-back days, Monday and Tuesday. I was visiting my son at UVA, and I saw UVA put a beating on UMiami Monday, and then yesterday I actually went to St. John's DePaul in New York and watched St. John's put a beating on DePaul. So that was a lot of fun. Are you going to Vegas? Nice. All right, so let's take a look at the PGA. And I know a lot of people that are at that right now, the Waste Management Open. Sounds like a lot of fun. So I do know a lot of people for that. They're at that. For those who didn't know, I've been kind of everywhere. I was in Toronto the weekend before last for the UFC card. That was fun. It was cold. It was really cold in Toronto. There's a UFC card every Saturday for the next, I think, through April, which is awesome. So we're gonna have full content on that. Again, I break up the videos into 2 distinct videos for the UFC. One video is completely just on who the best plays are, and then we do a totally separate one on lineup construction, which I think is really important. And it's an important distinction that has to be made, especially with MMA. And then we do a kind of a fun contrarian betting breakdown as well. But let's take a look. Yeah, I don't think Oscar's going to come back, right? Yeah, I think you're right. All-Star. I think that Guskov is going to be the most popular underdog on the card. I mean, Zach Pagua has just been just atrocious. And, even though Guskov is coming off of a loss, he was coming into that fight with a lot of hype. So, he was basically picking him against Ozdemir, right? So if that's the case, I think he's going to be a really popular underdog. If you have it in you, I think Pagua's going to be really good leverage, but Pagua just doesn't finish anybody. So I don't know if I can do it, but we'll talk about that tomorrow when we do the picks, the DFS picks breakdown. But let's take a look at the golf, especially during halftime here. So here's what the sheets look like. Okay. And I have to say that I don't really ever do this. I don't really have like opinions on much of anything in DFS. You know what I mean? Like I have some, whatever, but I usually let the numbers kind of guide me towards what I'm supposed to do. But I just no, there's no League of Legends tomorrow. I'll double check. Well, believe me, if there were, I would be playing and I would be posting, and I would be going over it. But yeah, no, there's nothing. Yeah, I don't have anything for tomorrow. League of Legends. So, first thing you notice is that, like when you rank them by value score here, you have these three guys right here at the top. You have Scheffler, Homa, and Thomas. And Homa is 17% owned. And I think these ownership projections are pretty tight, actually. And I can't imagine why I wouldn't want to play him instead of these other two. And to compare him to something else, kind of like a like-priced guy, like Sam Burns at 9,600, I have him rated just much higher, and the ownership is the same. So I think Burns is a really, really big fade here, at least for me. Then you have Sahith Theegala, who's 9,100, who's getting 12% ownership, rated like very poorly. I think he's a big fade. You have, I don't know, Wyndham Clark, 14%. I think he might be a fade. So there are guys that are similarly priced in this 9K range to Homa that are just rated lower that you don't get a lot of an ownership break on, especially this Burns play. So I think that if you're hand building or even if you're whatever, I think you're going to get a whole bunch of Homa. And I think it makes a lot of sense. But what I wanted to say is this. I think Justin Thomas this week is just a complete lemon of a play in DFS. And it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to try. For a sport that is so driven by data, with all these different models, shots gained and course fit and all this stuff, it's also a sport that is driven by a lot of narrative and a lot of non-data related sentiment. And people are just gotten behind this idea that this kind of like ramping thing that like Justin Thomas has been kind of like taking these steps forward, whatever that means. Okay. And this is going to be the one that he just gets to that next level. Okay. That you go, doesn't matter that you've been playing like crap for like 2 years, right? You've had the last like 4 or 5 weeks where you go, okay, this. And then this next one is just going to be the next thing. Sports doesn't work that way. Okay. Life doesn't work that way, and certainly golf doesn't work that way. And it wasn't more than 3 tournaments ago or 4 tournaments ago that you could have gotten Justin Thomas at 8K and nobody was playing. All right? Nobody. And now you're telling me that after 3-4 weeks, which is not that much, 12 rounds of golf is not a lot, to say the least, that now you're going to put him at 10K and he's going to get jammed. Okay? He is going to get jammed this week. And I just don't want any part of it. If he listen, nice guy, or if he wins, great. And if he wins, I'm just going to lose. And for those of you who are saying, well, isn't that all factored into projections and all this stuff? I mean, like, isn't the data supposed to ignore all that? I mean, he is projecting really well. I really don't want to say this, but I think the projection's fraudulent too. I don't know. I just feel as though this has all been kind of just put on a plate for DFS players to jam, and he just misses the cut or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly jaded. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but I'm just not doing it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying that you should, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just Xing him out of the player pool. And that's going to be the stand that I take. Now, if you want to play lineups, you'll see that you have some very reasonable $7,500 players here, like Mark Hubbard, Eric Van Rooyen, Kurt Kitayama. Brian Harmon is $7,800. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go back to them, but he was the same prices as Justin Thomas within the last month, like 2 months. He was. And now he's 7,800 at 9%. And Justin Thomas is 10K and 30. I don't know what to say. Except that I'll be playing more Brian Harmon than Justin Thomas. So why don't we have some fun? Why don't we build let's build a lineup, or let's build lineups, and we'll start literally right from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, because I do have the contest sims already saved, but let's pull it up and see what it looks like. And we're going to see what it looks like straight, meaning just using Sabre Score. We're going to see what it looks like with contest sims. Then we're going to see what it looks like Xing out Justin Thomas. So let's upload these. I might do one more run before lock in the morning. And let's see what we got. 150 lineups. Put them at 150 max as your default. And then we're just going to run these. And again, one thing that's always interesting to note is going to be the difference between what your lineup builds look like without running your sims and what they look like while you run your sims. Let me just see if these games are back on yet. No, not yet. The other thing I'll say, by the way, and I ran these earlier, and we'll see if the same thing happens. But when you look at the raw projections, you're going to be you might not imagine how this is possible. But you have Scheffler, who projects 10 points higher than everybody else. And when I ran these builds earlier today, I was getting 2% Scheffler. It's just very, very difficult to build lineups with guys this expensive. When you have guys in this mid-range that project well, the Scotty Scheffler lineups just do not show up in the highly projected optimal builds. They just don't. And the other thing we thought about earlier is, well, what happens if we X out Justin Thomas? Does that automatically just move Scheffler up to the top? It didn't. I mean, it moved him up, but it didn't move him to the top. Earlier today, I had 2% Scheffler, and then when I X'd out Thomas, I ended up like 25% Scheffler. All it did was it got me more Homa, and then more of those like Benny On type plays. So we're going to see if the same thing happens. We do it now. All right, so 5,000 lineups built, just min uniques 1, nothing fancy. And as you can see, your initial build is getting 65% Homa, 50% Thomas, and 30% all these. Actually, we are getting 27% Scheffler now. All right, interesting. Makes some sense. Let's now run the contest sims. Now I'll show you what I'm running them against. So I did. I have all these. The dumb truck is the MME tournament. Actually, the $1 million people's open is the lottery. The dumb truck one is like the 888, and these two are single entries. So we don't need to do this MME one because that was whatever. So let's run the contest sims, and we're going to see, especially for the lottery, how this exposure changes. Like, do you reckon that there'll be more Homa, less Homa, more Scheffler, less Scheffler, more Thomas, less Thomas when you apply the contest sims? I honestly don't know. But one thing about ownership is it's usually pretty tight. So I'm going to trust these. Okay, so let's, sort of. I'll show you what I mean. So let's run this against the lottery. It's using risk-adjusted ROI. And when you do that, you're actually getting about 40% Scheffler. And then 38% Homa, 33% Thomas. The only thing I would say, though, is that I want to double-check the ownership of the that's being presumed here, right? So, like, I want to make sure it's at least close to mine. Posting's a little off. It's enough off where I think what I want to do is, instead of comparing it to the I'll show you what I mean. So when you click on people's own, this is the lottery. It's comparing the lineups to the field lineups to what SaberSim ownership implies. I'm pretty confident that my ownership projections this week are better than the SaberSim ones. So I'm going to suggest that the 5,000 lineups that I built is a better representation of the field than, well, I'm going to say my projections are better, right? So than just SaberSim. So I'm going to say that the 5,000 lineups I built are more of a representation of what the field's going to do than what SaberSim's ownership projections are going to imply. So what that means is, instead of running this against the SaberSim ownership, I'm going to run this against build 2. Okay? So we're basically simming this against ourselves. So let's rerun this. And we're going to see how this changes things. I think this is a little more precise. So they made some changes to the UI here, so you can't see exactly how long it's taking to run the contest sims. It's a little annoying. Okay, there it is. So now we run this and we look at the risk-adjusted ROI. And it's still sort of similar. Let's make sure I did this right. I don't know if I saved the settings. Yeah, I don't know if I did, so I'm going to run this again. Again, we're just talking about the MME. We're going to run it again. No, you cannot. All-Star, and I've been over this with them. You cannot do that. Let's see something. Looks like Sabonis is at the line. All right, so here we go. Well, I don't want to do the dump truck special. Let's do the People's Open risk-adjusted ROI. All right, so we have Scheffler, Thomas, Homa. This makes a little more sense. But then what I think I want to do, as I mentioned, is I want to just X out the Justin Thomas. So let's do that. Close your eyes, X him out. And then what you're left with is a little more Scheffler and then just everybody else. And this is obviously, don't try this at home. So the other thing I'm going to do, because I've taken such a risk, is I want to spread out my exposures a little bit. So instead of doing min uniques 1, I'll expand my min uniques to min uniques as much as I can before it yells at me. And there you go. So it just yelled at me. So now we go to min uniques 3, and we'll go one more back to min uniques 2. And so now it's yelling at me a little less. And we'll just go ahead and do this. So save People's Open Special. And we'll do the same thing with the other tournament, the big buy-in. I like that I'm getting Brian Harmon. I think that's a very good play for all the reasons I mentioned earlier. And then we will go ahead and upload these. I'm not going to be playing Showdown. I think Golf Showdown is like almost impossible. It's the best I can describe it. It's just really hard. Okay. Let's see what's going on in some of these games. So it's 80-70 Pistons still. Just amazing. And then I think is that Durant again? Durant's getting a little revenge on Sabonis for that narrative discussion. Oh, that Sabonis or Herder with the layup. It looks like Sabonis. Remember, these guys had a lot of trash talk between the two of them. Where, what's his name? Last year, step back 3. The hang? Who's that, Muscala? They're up 13 on the road. Fox to Keegan Murray for 3. Air ball. Rebound, Killian Hayes. You know what's going to happen. These guys are all going to come in there, and I'm going to lose because Kawhi can't do anything. That's going to be the reality. Oh my God, another 3. 80. Is it 90-72? No, it's 87-72. That's crazy. Killian Hayes is 26. Sabonis is doing well. Kawhi is just ass. He's not doing anything for me, which is a little annoying. Something popped up a little more here. What's getting there? I don't care about the tennis. Fade away. Is this guy in contention? Not really. Kick save, 60 minutes left. Is that sort of in contention? What's this thing? 274 minutes in the fade, points in the fadeaway. 57. Is that enough to be worried about it? Probably not, right? Oh, because he's back? Oh, you're telling me Osar Thompson's back playing? I didn't know that. Oh, so all these guys are back in. All these guys are back in business. I didn't even realize this. Never mind then, right? So all these Osar Thompson lineups are back in business. Any chance of any of these things go back? Oh, Kawhi is going on the line. Really? Any chance he makes one? Hey, congratulations. You stink. So that's the deal with the golf for me. I almost feel irresponsible saying it because it's not something I usually do, but it just feels like it just feels like a missed cut, or at the very worst, at the very best, just like bad chalk. Just way too narrative driven, way too, name value driven, and all of it. So, ooh, here come Pelicans. Nope. 62-54. This would be pretty neat if this thing can actually get moving. This lineup here. I mean, it's going to need an overtime, but you need Kawhi to just explode here. Because Killian Hayes he's long gone. I mean, he's going to get like 40 at 3,700. I'm sure Fox and Sabonis. I mean, see, this is the thing. Like, if Sabonis, this is the best thing you could ask for with Fox and Sabonis. They're down 15, so they're going to be going after it. So if all these Detroit guys keep up the pressure. And then Fox and Sabonis, like, listen, what the hell? We can't lose these guys. We're just going to take over. I mean, that's big. All right, so Fox for 3. Just total brick. Oh, my God. How cool is it that the Pistons, like, opted to tank today? You stop playing golf. I can see that. I don't blame you, man. It's tough. I don't blame you at all. It's been it's very challenging. For me, it's been literally 4 weeks in a row of not even being close in golf. So we'll do a little play-by-play here. Now there's this app called Playback TV, which I was hoping to get rolling, that links to my League Pass that allows you to live stream the game without violating the rules. But I had issues with it. Okay, so Sabonis to Fox for 3, bang. So that's always good news. Now it's 87-75. What about the live line is on this game? Ooh. Who's that, Osar? Somebody with a pretty sick reverse layup. Barnes for 3. No good. Rebound Pistons. Let me pull this up. I wonder, what do you think the live? It's a 14-point game. It's like 2.5. Pistons are a 2.5-point favorite. Sabonis the rebound. Coast to coast. Nope. Pass. Layup herder. Probably a timeout. Yeah. So 89-77. Pistons minus 2.5. I just don't know how to assess this. Oh, nice. Yeah, baseball is just around the corner. Now let's take a look at the top 1,000 yet? No, I'm getting there. This is where all the PMR is. All right. But this Nick Richards thing is a disaster. And the Kawhi Leonard thing sucks too. This one could have been a hero play by those Andrew Wiggins. I told you this 40 points was he had this in 3 quarters. And only because the game blew out, he didn't get back in the game. Let's take a look at the lobby again, see if anything. So Cheddar Bisque totally took. Oops. Oops. What is this? Okay. See if anything's going on in the hockey. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Kawhi either. Shit show. This is still 36th place. This is not going to be 18 points behind. It's not that impossible. And just to confirm, yeah, the League of Legends is not till Saturday. See that? What about the Counter-Strike? Nothing. What's tennis? Tennis, 12 games. I'll play that. Soccer, not until really Saturday. Here's the MMA. There's actually going to be 14 fights. Oh, did you, John? There's actually going to be 14 fights. They're going to be adding Oki versus somebody. I think there's somebody missing. I'm not sure. Well, I'll take a look tomorrow when I do my breakdown. But yeah, this is probably going to be. I mean, Guskov is probably favored already, right? I'm just guessing. And he's got to get all the steam. Not quite. He's still a little bit of an underdog. Interesting. Oh, Emil Garcia, is that one that has to still have salaries? I think so. Let me see what those salaries are. Yeah, I think the Emil Garcia might be missing. Let me see. Yeah, Emil. Yeah, that'll be added. All right, so let's go back to the NBA. 89-77. McCollum for 3, bang. Sabonis, can't stop him. Ooh, kicks out for 3, bang. Who's that, Keegan Murray? Somebody like that. Terrible drive, but he got fouled. I think it was Osar Thompson. That was a good pass. Oh, we got the Super Bowl this weekend. Yeah, so we'll do the showdown slate for that. Oh my God, Kawhi just totally bricked the free throw. What in the good? You gotta be kidding me. That's a disaster. He's going to miss them both, isn't he? Bounce. Shot. Hey, he made one. He actually does not have a snowflake. That's amazing. He just got off the snowflake at 24.25. Nope, now he's back on it. There's Sabonis. He's so quick. That's a terrible shot. Rebound her over the same dude for 3. Bang. Who's that? Murray? Who's that? I don't think it's Keegan Murray. Ooh, oh, it's Trey Lyles, right? Like you said. I got some Lyles lurking, I think. Probably not in the right things, but pretty sure I got some Lyles out there. He's only got 21. It's not like that's that great or anything. 91.83. I guess we should have taken the here come the Kings. I'm sure the Kings are going to come back and win. 91.83. You know, all my guys in the game. That's good. Harden to Kawhi. Elbow jumper, good. Still, it's a bad shot. He's got 28 or 28 and a quarter now. Now they come back to 26 and a quarter. Hayes, deflection. It's 91.85. We should have taken that. Leonard misses a alley-oop. Very nice. 93.85 Pistons. Sabonis bullies his way in, makes it. See what the odds are now in this game, by the way. Probably the Kings are favored, right? Yeah, Kings are now minus 2.5, 3.5. Missed. Here they come. Probably going to be Sabonis again. Nope, Monk with a floater. Goes. 93.89. Uh-oh. Is that a timeout on the floor? No. Pistons will not be calling the timeout. Hayes kicks it out to somebody for three. Brick. Rebound Lyles. Over to Sabonis in the open floor. Off the board, no good, but he's fouled. So they're down 93.89. I bet you they're like minus 4.5. Let's see. They're minus 3.5. Okay. Let's see. Hey, look at this. I'm in the final 1,000. Okay, I'm coming. Here comes Sheets a little bit. Overtime is certainly in the offing. Kawhi Leonard is off of the snowflake. And they're down 8, so which means he's going to be getting full minutes if he can handle it. Can we do this with the Nick Richards 15? Is it possible? I doubt it. We'll see. These are the best burgers ever. I'll tell you, that's Sabonis, man. He really gets it going. All right, 93-91. Killian Hayes, all kinds of fouls on the court. Yeah, so I saw at UVA this guy, Ryan Dunn, who he's a sophomore. He's probably going to go top 12 in the draft next year. He doesn't have a lot of offensive skills right now, but he's just so long and really athletic. His brother is actually Justin Dunn, who those of you who play MLB DFS know from he's like a very, very low-level pitcher. Killian Hayes, no good. Rebound looks like Monk. Over to Lyles. Lyles goes for the jam. Nope, blocked. Pistons going the other way. Looks like Thompson gets it to go. Or is that Sasser? I'm confused. I think it's Sasser. Here comes Sabonis. Back to somebody for three. Number 15, whoever that is for Sacramento. Don't know who that is. 95-94. They're on a 14-4 run a minute to go in the quarter. Hayes off. It looks like the Burks. Back to Hayes. Dribbling, using Durant's screen. Swings it over to Looks like Muscala. Floater. Good. There's at least a 5% chance that's actually Muscala that I'm calling there. 97-94. Nice defensive struggle here. Third quarter. Monk working on somebody who's playing no defense. Gets it back from Sabonis. Sabonis screens it up top again. Monk to Sabonis. Layup. Sabonis is doing it. 96-95 Sacramento. Sheets is in the top 900 now. As Killian Hayes throws it away. I think I hear a Bobby coming in.
Anything interesting happening?
No.
Wow, was adamant.
No, but Nick Richards. No, I had Nick Richards. But did have Andrew Wiggins at 0.8% ownership earlier. He had 41 fantasy points through 3 quarters. Wow. And I have all these. I got off of Osar Thompson because I was just dead, so I had to go with these different guys. So you never know. All these guys go to overtime, whatever. It's always possible. But
yes, very unlucky for us who played Osar Thompson and he got hurt in the second quarter.
Yeah, but he came back, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, he started the second half, I think.
Oh, well, then maybe not so unlucky for us.
He's back out or whatever. So
I played 2 lineups and one had Miles Bridges and one didn't.
Oh, okay.
And the wrong one had Miles Bridges and Malik Monk.
So I went over my golf builds already.
Oh, let's do it.
I did mine already, so I'll just tell you my main. I have one really big take, and I mean you ain't gonna like it. I mean, but I don't know.
You don't know.
I've just seen too much in my life, and I just think that Justin Thomas plays a complete lemon, and I X'd him out of all my lineups.
That's something.
Yeah, I just don't want to hear it. It's like.
Did you find yourself?
He's getting there step by step, better and better. This has to be. Golf is not that easy. Okay, it doesn't work.
But did you end up with your lineups overloaded on Scheffler, or did you end up with leaving a lot of money on the table?
No, I have 40% Scheffler.
Okay, so not even that much. So you have a ton of Homa.
I got a whole bunch of other guys.
Homa, Burns.
Burns I think is actually a bad play.
Wow. Okay.
I'll tell you who I like. I like Brian Harmon. I'll tell you this. It was only 2 months ago that Brian Harmon was 10K and Justin Thomas was 8K, and Justin Thomas nobody would want to play.
See, you sound like me for better or worse.
And now you get Justin Thomas at 10K at 30% ownership, and nobody wants to play Brian Harmon at 7,800. So I don't know. I like him. And I just basically went with my sheets and went with my builds, but I just X'd out Justin Thomas. That was I would have gotten 30% of him if I did not. So right. I'm just kind of playing the instead of rooting for somebody, I'm gonna root against one guy and hope it works out.
That's a good way to take it. Is there any other slanted things that you have? Any other low owned guys that you're slightly way overweight on that we could maybe discuss?
Yeah, I mean, I have 45% Benny Yon.
Well, that's a huge percentage. That's awesome.
Actually, that's in the that's let me just get to the right contest. What time are you heading over there?
I'm here. We're gonna head over probably later. I'm gonna guess late morning. We don't have to catch the very early things, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And late it's also I forgot there was an hour change, which is weird. But
no, in the lottery, I mean, not too much. I mean, basically, I don't know, Poston and all these guys around 20%. I have a Hostler, Spieth, Homa, but I guess 45% Scheffler. That's going to be over the field. I mean, I have him project 30-35% ownership.
Yeah,
seems reasonable enough.
Yeah, my guess is that in the higher buy-ins, he's going to end up higher, and I also am with I have it too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my exposures, and I played a lot more lineups this week, and I really went through a lot of things, partly because I'm going to be here, but also partly because it's been a good exercise. And also I was annoyed by them not having a Sunday because I had some chances last week, but I also, at the same time, it means I made money too. I'm going to, I have a ton of Hideki.
Sure. Why not?
I have a lot of Eric Van Rooyen, more than I maybe want. I have a lot of Shane Lowry, Tom Hoagie. My highest owned player is Kurt Kitayama.
He looked really good.
Yeah. It just, everything makes sense, but like, it almost like makes too much sense. You know what I mean? And it's like a play. I could argue if you're going to be one of those guys who max enters a bunch of things every week and does everything every day. Yeah, maybe that's a stance you can take. I don't do that very often. And I'm doing it like in the $5 and I'm doing like a bunch of entries in the $25. And if he's in, 40% of them, I guess that's good enough for me now, but maybe I should just take a hard stance because that was my favorite play initially after going through everything.
Which one? Kurt Kitayama?
Kitayama, Matsuyama, Hoagie, Dietrich, Van Rooyen. I'm trying to force in a bunch of Tom Kim just because I like to bet on the over of that guy, and I'm trying to force in a bunch of Ben Griffin. Just again on betting but again, it's more like a spread out style. I have more Justin Thomas than I feel comfortable saying after what you just said to me. So
no, I mean, that's what I've been hearing. I mean, I hear he's a great player. I had like one site hasn't projected like to win, like over Scheffler,
right. But the thing that I'm trying to figure out is like how am I overweight every one of the most expensive golfers?
Right.
Which means that I'm just doing something different, at least with my builds, because I have a bunch of guys who are sub 10, sub 5%, that I'm mixing in and out of. And some of them are in the 7Ks and some of them are in the 6Ks, I am taking the stupid shot on Bud Cauley at 10%. I'm taking 10% of them at 6K. Look, I know it's stupid. Whatever. I'm taking some shots. No one's talking about Ricky Fowler for the first time here. I know he's a different price range, but like get way over on Ricky Fowler, Sam Ryder, Cam Young, just names that all make sense except for just recent bias. And Matt Fitzpatrick is like number one on that list. I also like the Brian Harmon idea. So I agree with that.
Meanwhile, again, another lesson for the NBA. Okay. Detroit is at Sacramento is 100-point underdog. They benched all of their guys, and it's tied in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like it's time after time. It's the other team just thinks that they're playing nobodies. Everybody else just kind of picks it up, and that's just the way it goes. These are all professionals. It's like
absolutely. Hey, look,
they'll probably end up winning by 15 at the end of the day anyway. But whatever.
No, but it proves a point to the stack and pray style of playing. I know it didn't work out in this way because they pulled off all their things, whatever. But like that used to be the reason for this. You know what I mean? One team would sort of let up and the other team go, it makes just perfect sense.
I mean, I have 6 guys from this game. You know what I mean? Like in this lineup.
Jesus.
So I mean, God forbid. But then look at this. How annoying is it that I have Kawhi Leonard who has 4 points pretty much like.
Oh my God.
And then Nick Richards is a horror show. It's like, so you can't even really root for anything.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Too bad, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
This one faded Thompson because I had to because of Nick Richards.
Yeah, it would have been interesting had we talked today because after the beginning part, because I really liked a lot of the things, but I couldn't give up on in my big buy-in the idea that no one was going to play Tyrese Maxey. It just wasn't going to escape me. And by the way, if you could tell me again, I'll do it again. Forget that they got blown out and that he was horrible. I just think it's the right thing to do when you get a 1% owned guy because of everybody reacting. The problem is it took me off of the things I really loved, which was Bridges was the main thing. Remember when we talked earlier,
yeah.
I said Bridges was like one of my main plays.
Yeah.
And, sometimes that late stuff, it can hurt you too, and I ended up mixing in more of that game than I needed to really. But it's annoying when Bridges, I got personal DMs thanking me, which I appreciate from people but like saying I just put Bridges in a Kongwu in my lineups, and you were right on. I'm like, oh my god, I was like, I wasn't there right before lock. I don't think I would have said necessarily that, but that was what I said in the morning.
Dude,
and some people,
I'm going to tell you the play that I didn't make. That you ever do this? Like, so there's a play I wanted to make, and I'm like, he's going to be owned. I mean, I'm projecting him at like 8% ownership, but there's just no way he's not. And then I didn't play him. Like when DeJounte Murray news came out, and listen, I was on like these other Hawks. I'm like, why don't I just play Jalen Johnson? He's going to be probably end up being 15% owned, but whatever. I didn't play him. He ended up like 4% owned or something like that.
Yep.
And he murdered it.
They all played the guards because they're not used to the fact that, no, he's another alpha guy. It's like it doesn't always work the way it did the 2 weeks before in the NBA. These guys are young and they're up and coming, and when they get their chance, they're going to use it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's frustrating. It was frustrating me yesterday because I had my 2 entries on FanDuel, and it was kind of tilting. I won the single entry, but I was tilted because I had the option of putting that in the 888 over there, and that would have come in second for 30,000. So it was a big difference in winnings. But it's just like one of those like decisions. It was the first build I made, literally of the day. I made it at 6 a.m. or something when you weren't there. And I posted it on the site and everything. And that lineup I left in after a bunch of news and ended up winning that one. But I literally thought about just switching. I was like, I could just get different by switching to what we originally thought. So, all these late decisions, all these things are really important. But sometimes it is important, especially on FanDuel, where the pricing is a little different, to like go with your original thoughts,
So I presume DeJounte Murray's going to be traded, right?
I'm assuming.
And Xavier Tillman went to the Celtics.
That was good for the Celtics. They just need another big man in their rotation. They're too small without, gives them options.
Yeah.
He's going to be their 8th man or whatever, 7th, 8th man, It's fun. How much time is left? I'm having trouble seeing. Is it like 7 minutes left in the game?
7.5 minutes.
Where are you? So you're in the...
I have no chance. I'm just...
Wait, you have 6 players in this game. Of course you have a chance.
I mean, sure, if it goes to overtime.
Yeah.
And I got Fox and Sabonis.
You got Wiggins, who twice was in trade rumors today. That's why probably no one even thought of it.
Yeah, and he did it. He did this in 2.5 quarters.
That's nuts, man. That's the irritate. That you got dealt dirty a little bit there.
Nah, the Nick Richards got me. I mean, it's funny. I kept on trying to not play him. I tried everything. I tried to X out the games because I wanted to wait on the Hawks. But I'm like, you know what? But if I really get something good from Charlotte, I don't want to exit out. There's all kinds of ways I didn't want to play, and I just ended up doing it anyway. So I deserve everything I get.
Well, Kawhi's going to end up with 48 probably.
That would be nice.
And Killian is a great play, by the way. I just want to say that. I think that
he started.
I know. I think it's a really good play.
He's not coming back in the game, but whatever.
My only issue was when Richards gets the ownership is what I keep saying is that just if you're going to play a guy with ownership, play at least Podol on the other side who consistently at least gets there some way when he plays. Richards is it's a wild card. It's like a wild hunt.
Yep.
That's my only issue with him.
Yep. Sabonis is going to end up with 80 or whatever the hell he's going to end up with, whatever.
Hey, thanks to Jolly. What's up, man? Oh man, I'm excited about the golf tournament though. It'll be fun, like to go through the whole thing. There's the whole DraftKings experience, which I didn't ask them to be a part of, but like maybe I will ask them. We have a nice little house here in a golf little putt course that we've been doing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how come? So these games start at the same time, but the Pelicans game's got 11 minutes to go, and the Pistons one's got 6 minutes to go.
Usually fouls are like one specific incident.
Detroit Sacramento hasn't had a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Alvarado with the steal. Pelicans are good, huh?
they're good, like it's weird because there's a lot of these teams out there and there's just so much talent and it's really hard to like decipher like players 75 through 150 in the NBA.
Right.
And some of those guys might even be top 50. Like it's just hard to know because it's all opportunity circumstance. Like Kobe White has gone from being a nothing to being a top 50 player in the NBA, like pretty much any way you slice it.
Right.
By any number. It's just it's a game with there's a lot of talented guys that are not that different, and circumstance, opportunity, and the way that you're allowed to score and the way that you're not allowed to defend anymore makes it really hard.
How many guys you with?
There's 4 of us here, but then I'm meeting up with like another 4 people tomorrow, and then I don't know, probably like 10 and 12 people.
Man, I'll tell you, if Zion Williamson ever, I don't know, became like really good, he'd be like really good.
He is really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's so fast. When he like explodes the basket, he's like so quick.
He does things like, yeah. It almost doesn't matter though when you watch Wembanyama, right? Like it looks ridiculous. Like he's so talented at it. It's not like this is just a tall guy with long arms. This is like a super fluent, like sharp, advanced basketball player who happens to also be 7'5".
Meanwhile, he had like 42 fantasy points, and then like he had like no more or something.
Yeah, but that's just. I mean, this is what's going to happen. I'm just like,
Oh, Zion is just owning people right now. Yeah, Zion's just Mason Plumlee. Sorry, sir, that's not going to work for you.
What's the score in that game?
Pelicans are up up 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been like this the whole game.
It's pretty wild for the Clippers if they lose that one.
Dude, the Kings are down 5. Pistons up 5.
Oh my God!
5 minutes to go.
Dude, what a parlay you could have had. Yep. Somebody's out there sweating like a 75-1 parlay. Not really 75, but probably like 35.
Sasser misses. Sabonis with like his 400th rebound, I think. Alvarado standing on business, freaking referee. I mean, that announcement.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is like Kawhi wasn't chalky, which made him a really good play tonight. I don't care what the results are. If he was chalky tonight, I would have said that would be a really bad play.
Yeah.
It's totally you can't like, and also when you watch the Clippers and watch Kawhi, there are times where he's just not involved for like 10 plays and they score all 10 of them. Like they have a very fluid offense, but usually in games like this is when he usually has those monster games. But you can't always rely on it. Like he'll always play a great game in real life, but it's not always going to equal points. Like he just doesn't have that style.
Muscala's had a nice game.
Muscala, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jaden Ivey's looked like he's been doing good. Yeah, Jaden Ivey's got 30.
I'm surprised Jaden Ivey doesn't have more. That was the one thing I tried to switch to, but I couldn't get it done in time. Was get to Jaden Ivey. Didn't matter because Monk had a great game anyway, so it didn't matter for me.
Yeah, he's got 30. Something happened that
you might not be in as bad a shape as you think. You got a lot of time left.
Yeah, I know, dude. Look at this one. This fadeaway. I'm in 47th.
You got 14 left. Okay, click on it. Let's see it.
14 minutes. Let's see who's in this thing. It's got Monk, Thompson. Oh, it says Monk and Sabonis. So again, it's overtime, but let's get these guys in. I guess they're both in the game. That's good.
And you got that lovely Bridges play in there.
Yep.
And the crazy Tyler Hero in there. No, I'm just kidding. I like it.
Well, this is part of the fadeaway build and whatever.
Yeah, no, I get it.
116, 109, 4 minutes to go. Pull this back up. In the final 500 here. Who just scored? Fox just scored. Can you believe this? Fox only has 31 fantasy points in a close game here. Well, I guess that's why it's close.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like,
the trainer.
Yeah.
Ivy just owning people. Let's see. Oh, so sick. He just drove past literally the whole team.
That guy is so talented. It's just hard to like.
He's gonna win this thing, by the way.
Put it together.
Oh, I've never heard of these guys. Who's Papa Gates? Cheddar Bisque. Well, Papa Gates only has Ivy, Burke, Sasser, Zion, Sabonis left. Good luck. Zion Williamson went off 5% owned.
How much does he have?
42 with 8 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah. I got so many golf lineups to edit here.
So
you don't have a sneaky play? Do you want to?
Yeah. Let's hear the Kenny special.
No. No. I'm saying let's do our thing, like our normal. So you're picking Scheffler, I'm guessing.
To win, yeah.
All right, I'll take Homa, just to get different, and then under whatever to
under
get
10K. Then I would have gone for top 5. I'll go Sungjae Im.
Sungjae Im. Oh my god, just blew my brain with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go.
Oh my God, Kawhi, how about you just hit the rim on a free throw? That'd be nice. Sorry.
I'm going to go Hideki.
I like it. Under 9K top 10, I'm going to go I'll go JT Poston. No. Yeah, I'll look to JT Poston.
Okay, I'm going to say Tom Kim.
Under 8K top 20, I'm going to go with Mark Hubbard.
I like that Mark Hubbard a lot, actually. Okay, under 8K for me, top 20 is going to be Shane Lowry.
Ooh, he's under 8K?
He's 7,700.
That's like pathetic.
I know.
He's 7,700.
Yeah.
All right. Under 7K to make the cut? I got 2 for you.
I got 2 also.
I'm gonna go JJ Spawn.
Okay, who's your other one? Okay, so I'm gonna go with. The one I like is Sam Ryder.
I like that. I'll do my next one.
The one I was gonna say was going to be Scott Stallings is the super sneaky one.
And
Scott Stallings is like got upside in this tournament.
And I already mentioned who the over 9K is to miss the cut. So
then I'll take my over 9K.
Justin Thomas.
I'll just have to say Jordan Spieth, even though I don't mind him as a play.
Yeah.
I also do like Adam Scott, and again, I want to say I forgot to mention him in that, but I do think Kitayama is the sneaky guy that could win the tournament. I forgot to say that.
Ooh, to actually win the tournament?
Yeah. I think he's actually going to contend. I think he has the ability to contend for it.
I step back 3 right in their face. Oh my God. 121, 113. 3 minutes to go. Sabonis to Fox. No, to Monk. Pull up 3, bang. Oh my God. They're going nuts. Everybody's going nuts here. 121, 116, 3 minutes to go.
Jesus.
It's probably pick them in the sports book. Let's see. No, Pistons are -4.5. for 3, Ivy. Bang! Oh my God. Monk, another one. $124, 118, 2 minutes to go. Looks like Sasser is using a pick. Using another one. Sabonis switches off. Burks for 3. Bang. Sick. 127, 118 Detroit on the road with no players. Sabonis, pump fakes, gets it to Monk for 3. No good. Ooh, he wanted the foul, did not get the call. 127, 118. And it looks like off the ball foul on somebody. Look at this. I'm in 329th place. I only got to make them around 100 people. Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible.
You never know. I got Kawhi 6 minutes. I'm down to 350 now. Herter got ejected.
Really?
Yep. Fouled out or ejected. I'm not sure which, but he's definitely out of the game in the locker room. He just ran off the court. So someone's taking free throws. Looks like Burks is taking free throws. Yep, looks like 2 in the ball. Burks hits. 128, 118. And Sacramento ball. No, he's got one more free throw. Burks. 129, 118. They're going to do this.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him a technical. They gave Herter a technical and threw him out of the game. Ivy's going to get trapped. Throws it to Sasser. Back to Ivy.
Oh, I like Carson Young.
Burks for 3. No good. Rebound Fox or Monk? Monk throws it away. Totally throws it away. Minute 23 to go. That should do it. Fox for the crisp 31 fantasy points.
That's rough, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Sasser over to somebody. About to get trapped. Deflection. Duran to Ivy. Somebody. Deflection. Minutes ago, 129, 118.
Oh, I really like Billy Horschel this week.
Oh, yeah?
Like, he's played well here before. He's way too cheap. We're just basing a lot on recency bias. So, like, going even with your theme, like, shouldn't we be playing a guy like Billy Horschel? And also, this course has been the most friendly to people who have played well there before, and we've seen the same situation before. So I'm gonna do that.
Alec Burks just doing it. I thought he was going to be traded.
I thought he was traded. There was like 2 trade rumors about him today that I got on my notifications.
130 to 118. I got only past like 60 people here. I wonder if I can do enough in 5 minutes to make that work.
Did you get to any hoagie?
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like he's a good match here.
Lyles. Fox, any chance you can make a shot? Heaven forbid. He gets his own rebound at least. Floater. Hits. Dude, I'm only 14 people off the money here now. This would be like an incredible miracle. Someone dunked it.
You're going to make the money. Let's go. Come on.
We'll see. No, I went down to 294th. What the hell just happened? Blocked by number. Who's that? Thompson? Who's number 9?
Yeah.
That's why I went down to 308 because everybody's got the Thompson. Okay. So I do have Kawhi, though. I got 5 minutes of Kawhi down 14. Never know.
You never know.
Yeah, the fadeaway just kind of ended up stalled out a little bit.
Man, I can't escape the cold. What's the weather like in New York right now?
It's brisk.
Like, is it like what's that mean? Give me a temperature.
Like overnight it's like 35.
Oh.
It's like 45 during the day, but it's going to get milder by the end of the week.
Oh.
Papa
I was going to
Gates.
complain for being in warmer weather.
Yeah. Papa Gates is going to get there with Zion. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's done, Zion. I don't know. All right. I'm going to bed.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Have a good night, guys. What's that?
Have fun tomorrow.
All right. Thanks a lot.